Hello and welcome. This is Christina Hills with the Website Creation Workshop, and welcome to this presentation training on growing your online business, how online courses, sales pages, landing pages, and social media all work together. My name is Christina Hills, if you've never been on a training with me before, and I am a WordPress coach and teacher since 2008. And I teach coaches, consultants, speakers, authors, healers, and business owners how to create their websites in the Website Creation Workshop. And as I mentioned, I've been doing that since 2008. And I've taught people from all over the globe. On this call today, we've got many people from around the globe, and here are some of the countries of the students that I've had in the years since 2008. Now, before I was an online entrepreneur, I was a visual effects artist. I worked for the company Industrial Light and Magic, owned by George Lucas, and the most famous films I worked on was Star Wars, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, and Jurassic Park. And this is my IMDb page because I do have screen credits, and here's just a few stills of the movies that I did work on, and it was a lot of fun. And of course, the most famous was Star Wars Episode 1. So that is my previous life. But today, what we're doing is we're talking about growing your online business. How online courses, sales pages, landing pages, and social media all work together. So first we're going to start with your authority site. So your authority site is your main website. So an authority site is a website that's trusted by the site visitors and industry experts. It provides quality content and information, and you think of your authority site as your public website that people would Google to find you or that you might list on your social media profiles. So the pages on your authority site, here are some of the general pages that you would have. You'd have your home page, then you'd have a page with your programs or the services you offer, an About Us page, a Contact Us page, and you'd probably have a blog. Under your program and services, maybe you do group coaching, maybe you do personal consultations, maybe you have online programs, and we'll talk about that more. And then under your blog, you'd have these different articles. So this is kind of a snapshot of what your main authority site would look like. And here's some screenshots of the pages of my authority site. There's my home page. Here's my programs page. Here is my About Us page, Contact Us page, and then a screenshot of my blog. So that is my main site. And now I'm going to go into other kinds of pages that you would have. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of online terminology. So landing page, squeeze page, sales page, this is what I want to talk about. A landing page is a page someone lands on from a click. So the click could be an ad, the click could be an email, it's where someone lands. A squeeze page is a page which is an opt-in page, and it's a page where you're asking for a name and email, and I do have some examples of that. And then a sales page is a page that sells a product or service or a program. Now, a squeeze page is a type of landing page, and a sales page is also a type of landing page. So these are both landing pages. The squeeze page, the emphasis is to get the name and the email, and I have an example. And the sales page, the intent is to convert someone into a customer and have them buy your program or product or service. All right, so let's start first with a squeeze page. And a squeeze page is used for list building. So here's an example of a squeeze page. So a squeeze page is a web page that's distinct from other pages on the site, and it's created for a specific purpose. It's generally used for lead generation, also known as list building. And on your squeeze page, you would have your lead magnet. So what is the lead magnet? That is the thing that you are giving away in exchange for someone's name and email. And I will walk through this process. So the lead magnet is the goodie that they are opting in for in exchange for the name and the email. So that's referred to as your lead magnet. So if somebody asks you, what's your lead magnet? In this example, it's the 7 most effective website types for your business. So that's my lead magnet. A squeeze page has what's known as a call to action, or a CTA, right? CTA stands for the call to action. So on an opt-in page, the call to action asks people to enter their name and email address in exchange for a PDF download, right? The lead magnet. It might be a PDF download, it might be a webinar like this one, it might be a video, there's all kinds of things that you can have as a lead magnet. So here is the opt-in process. And as you've noticed, I like to teach with pictures. Here's the opt-in process that they would go through. So they would come to your website, see the opt-in box either on your site or your standalone squeeze page. They enter their name and their email, and they get to a thank you page. And I'm going to walk you through this. Once they put their name and email and get to the thank you page, their name and email information goes into your email marketing database. And from the email marketing database, it looks up what do I need to send, and it sends the person either one or a series of emails to them. So for example, for today's training, you opted in, you got the information for the webinar today, you probably got some reminders for the webinar today. So that is the opt-in process. So let's just step through this. So you come to the squeeze page, or the person comes to the squeeze page, however they get there. They land there, and here's the example of mine. They click for free instant access, and in this instance I have a pop-up that asks for the name and the email, and they put in their name, their email, they click yes, I want to receive email, and they click on the free instant access. Right, so they're opting in, and then they get to the thank you page. So my thank you page has the PDF download and video, and you immediately can grab the PDF, or you can play the video. Now some people, and I don't have a slide for this, some people the thank you page says go check your email. So that's another thing folks do. Go check your email. I don't have it that way. I give it away right away. At the same time, an email is sent out, right? So they immediately get an email with the link to the thank you page to go and grab that download and watch the video. So Is the email redundant? Yes. Why do you do it? Well, maybe something happened and the person closed their browser. This way they have it in email. And really what you want to do is create an email relationship with your audience. Here's another example of a squeeze page landing page. When the person opts in, here the thank you page says here's the download link, but it's immediately inviting someone to another webinar. So that's another way to do it. So here's your download, and oh, by the way, join me for this other webinar. So as you can see, this squeeze page, it wasn't offering a webinar, it's offering a free report, but on the thank you page, it's now giving the free report. See, at the top says here's your download, and it's inviting them to another webinar. So there's lots of different ways you can do an opt-in. All right, so that was the opt-in landing page. Now I'm going to talk about a sales page, right, for selling. So a sales page, and here's a screenshot from my website creation workshop sales page, is a web page that's distinct from other pages on the site because the sole purpose is for selling a product or a program. So it has only one focus. So you'll see there's no menu to see my about us, there's no sidebars. So a sales page typically doesn't have anything like sidebars or menu items that might distract the visitors away from the purpose of the sales page, which is enrollment into my program. So how does the sales page work with the authority site? Well, I've got my authority site with all the main pages in my blog with all the articles, and I'll talk about that in a little bit, and you can see what different programs I have. And then my sales pages kind of stand alone. So unless I am open for registration, you won't see them in the menu on my home site. So let me just show you some visuals. So here's my main website with all my core pages. And then here are the various different programs that I teach. And some of them are connected to my website, and some of them I only open when I'm opening up enrollment. So the job of your sales page is to turn visitors into customers. That's the job of the sales page. So here's an example of my graphics creation workshop, and there might be some people listening here today who are in that program. And this is the screenshot of the top of that sales page, and you can find it at graphicscreationworkshop.com/enroll. Then at the bottom, right, so this was the top, and if you scroll down, then at the very bottom is the button. That's the button to get enrolled. That button is my call to action, right? So the call to CTA, again, stands for call to action. And on the sales page, that's generally the buy button that takes people to the online order form. So the call to action is to click to get enrolled. And when you click, it'll take you to a secure online order form where you can enter your name and your email and your credit card, or if you want to pay with PayPal, you can do that too. And after the person purchases, they'll pick a username and password, and then they'll be into the private members area. And I'm going to be talking about that some more in a bit. All right, so let's talk about e-commerce sites, because I know people get this terminology confused. So sales pages are not e-commerce sites, and when you see my screenshots, this will become much clearer. So an e-commerce site is an online store. So e-commerce is buying and selling goods and services over the internet. An e-commerce site is an online store where the goal is for people to buy multiple products. So here's a screenshot of an example e-commerce store, and they're selling, shirts, right? So just like Amazon's an e-commerce store. The goal of Amazon is for you to click and buy and see related items and click and buy and keeping clicking and buying until you're ready to check out. So that's an e-commerce store. Now you're thinking, well, wait, can't I still sell from my site? And the answer is yes, you can sell from your site. You might be a coach who might have different packages, right? So you can sell from your site, but you're doing e-commerce, but you don't have an e-commerce store. So for example, the website creation workshop has different payment plans. So you can have payment plan options with your programs. The difference is I'm selling one thing and there's different ways to buy it, but in e-commerce store, you're selling multiple things at the same time. All right, so let's move on to talking about your blog. And I'm going to review all of this at the end in case you missed any points. So your blog is your content marketing and relationship building. This is why I love blogging, and I send out a blog post about once a week. So very often your blog is the meat of an authority site. These are your articles. So the blog is the collection of articles, and it's a great way to share your expertise, and it helps to interact with your site visitors, nurture relationships, and build trust. It naturally attracts the search engines. So if you're posting articles on your website, Google and the other search engines will see, oh, this is an active site. They are putting content out. I call it a blog. You don't have to call it a blog. You can call it recent news or upcoming events or tips, however you want to refer to it. You don't have to think of yourself as a blogger. So here's an example. It's at websitecreationworkshop.com/blog. If you go to websitecreationworkshop.com, there's a little tab at the top that says blog. So on the home page of my blog, I've got different articles, and there's more. I should have a zoomed out version of this screenshot, and if we have time, I'll probably go there to my blog so you can see. In any case, if you click on an article, then you get to the inside. And this is an article on how to crop a picture into a circle. And you can see the URL. It's websitecreationworkshop.com/blog/design tips. That's the category for this article. And then how to crop a picture into a circle. Okay, let me now talk about social media and your presence on social media. So there's some various different social media platforms, and you might use some of them, you might use all of them, you might favor ones over the others. So who hangs out where? Right? So Facebook, you got all kinds of people on Facebook. Twitter is usually for, it's often used for news media, celebrities, but it's big with customer service. Like if I have an issue with a big corporate company, I'll go to Twitter and I will send them a message that way. LinkedIn is great for corporate networkers, recruiters, and it's more B2B, business to business, versus B2C, business to consumer. So it has more of a businessy vibe, whereas Facebook, you've got pictures of kids' birthday parties and all kinds of stuff. Pinterest is for visually oriented people, uh, tends to skew female. A lot of crafters, photography types, food, fashion, fitness, beauty is on Pinterest. And I have a Pinterest account. I don't spend as much time on it as maybe I should, but I'm there in any case. And then Instagram, I kind of think of it like Facebook without all the links and commenting. But it's really for people who want to just look at a lot of pictures. The younger generation likes Instagram more than Facebook, and I'm realizing I don't have TikTok in here because TikTok is exploding, but I don't have it in my slides because I don't have a TikTok account, but that will probably be changing very soon. In any case, these are the big ones with TikTok growing. And the thing I don't like about Instagram is there are no live links, right? Except for the one in your profile. But people are making a lot of money with Instagram. All right, so let's come back to you and your website. That's your hub for the internet. And then you have all these various social media sites out on the internet where you're networking or hanging out or reading news or seeing what people are doing. And your goal as a business owner is to get these people from the other social medias to come to your website, right? Your website is your real estate. It's your home on the internet. So how do you do that? Well, you want to take your blog articles and share them to social media to get more exposure and traffic to your website and your business. And I'm going to show this at the end. So that is the content marketing part, where you're taking your content and you are sharing it on social media. People will see the article on social media, they'll click for more, and they'll come back to your site. The other type of website that I want to talk about is an online course. So it's not just let me say that again. An online course is another part of having an online business. So the online course part that I'm going to show you now is the private members area. So this is a website, right? It's separate from your public website. It is private. So this is an example from my website creation workshop. It's a password protected members area that my paying students, and you can call them clients or customers or students, whatever word you like to use, they have access to this once they buy into my program. And here's just another example of a private members area, and this is the screenshot from my graphics creation workshop. And I'm going to go deeper into creating an online course later, and I'm going to talk about that in just a little bit. All right, so the things we covered, sort of the places online that we covered, are an authority site, landing pages, which include squeeze pages or sales letter, sales pages, e-commerce sites, blogs, blog articles, that's your content marketing, social media sites, and then an online course members area. So these are different places on the internet that people go to. So let's kind of weave this all together, and then I'll have a chance to take some questions. So your authority site, that's your main site. People learn how to build that in the website creation workshop. A squeeze page, landing page, which gives away your lead magnet. That's the free opt-in gift, which leads them into an email relationship with me, right? Once they opt in, then whenever I create content on my blog, I send out an email about that blog post. And then I also take that blog post article and I share it on social media. So I'm going to include, I'm going to show you, I've got some slides included to show you what that looks like. So here's the article, right? How to crop a picture into the circle. This is a screenshot of my blog. And then what I do is I share it to Facebook. So this is an example of me sharing it to my Facebook business page. And here's an example of me sharing it to my Facebook personal profile. So on my personal profile on Facebook, I'm pasting in my article. I do the same thing on LinkedIn. I go to LinkedIn and I share the article, and here I've added some hashtags to the article, not to the article, to the post on LinkedIn. Same thing with Instagram. Now with Instagram, I share the picture, but the link is not clickable. Instead, people will find the link to my blog in my profile on Instagram. So Instagram allows you one link, and that's in your profile on Instagram. But I'm sharing it anyway because some people are hanging out on Instagram and they're not on LinkedIn. And here, let me show you Twitter. I'm also sharing this to Twitter. So the format looks a little bit different. Some people are on Twitter and they're not on Instagram. Some people are on Pinterest. So when I share it to Pinterest, here it is up here. They will see it here. So different audiences, and there's definitely crossover, different audiences hang out in different places. So when you share your content to the different social media, different people will see it. And again, the goal is to lead people back to your website. And once they're on their website, read the article and opt into your lead magnet. And all this marketing activity that you do, this relationship building that you do, leads people to your promotions, your sales pages, your whatever you're offering now that people are going to pay. And when people pay you, they get into then a deeper relationship. So here's an example of my online order form, and then again, as I mentioned, inside the members area for the online course. Now I want to tell you about my next free training event, which is about creating online courses. So in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do another free webinar masterclass where we go deeper into creating an online course, because my Create Your Course program is going to be opening up soon. So this webinar coming up, I'll go deeper into my Create Your Course program. So this is the conclusion of the Growing Your Online Business, how online courses, sales pages, landing pages, and social media all work together in this online world that we have. And my name is Christina Hills.